What's up, Knicks fans? What's up, Knicks fans? It's your boy, Mizzle.
And I'm Royale.
Yes, we are back with another episode of Knicks Weekly. What's up, guys? It seems like we're going to be winning like one game a week, Roy.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it.
One game a week.
It's that old nostalgic feeling.
Yeah.
At least for a fan.
Yeah,
like
this seems familiar. It looks like the Knicks gave us one good win to talk about. We're going to talk about the games last week, guys. We're going to talk about the Knicks week that was. We played Golden State. Who else we played? We played Houston, I believe.
Golden State, Houston.
And then the last team, Boston, when Kemba woke up. Kemba played, people. We're going to talk about that and more, but wait. Mike Ortiz is in the building. Y'all know what time it is. That means the podcast is up. Y'all got to get into the description if y'all want to listen to us just as a podcast. But before all that, y'all need to subscribe, right? Boy, what else they need to do?
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button as well. And throw on that thumb, you know what it is. And throw on your notifications so you can know when we drop some of this Knickswork. All right, let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. First and foremost, let us give some prayers, sending prayers out to Clyde, who is in health and safety protocols.
Yes, sir.
With the rest of our team. Like, our whole team is in health and safety protocols. We're gonna get into that. But prayers for Clyde. He's an older guy. I'm sure he's vaxxed and all that, but, you know, it's never 100%, and we definitely need Clyde calling those games again, man. Yeah. Calling those games. It's kind of weird not hearing them, man. It's kind of weird not hearing them.
It ain't the same, man.
You know, I'm not getting those vocabulary words, Clyde. So, Clyde, please get well soon.
Move and groove about it this one, man.
Word up. All right, let's get to the trivia before we get to the, the Knicks that was. Real quick, you guys saw the trivia last week. We have a new one. Let's see if Roy, I didn't put the answer on purpose. Let's see if Roy can get it, Or Mike, maybe you could get it. You never know. All right, the Knicks have played, I said Gay played. Unbelievable. The Knicks have played the Pistons 3 times in recent history, especially in the playoffs. All 5 game series. Back then, there used to be 5-game series, young people. 5-game series, best of 3. Okay, that was the first round. All of them have been in the first round when we played those Pistons. The Pistons are currently 8-7 all time against us. When was the last time the Knicks played the Pistons in the playoffs? And who won? All right, you don't got to tell me now, Roy. Think about it. I know you know it. I know this is right up your alley.
I didn't look this one up.
Oh, all right. Michael Ortiz, if you got it, let me know. But we're going to get, you guys, let me know. Put in the comments. Let me know. All right, let's get right into the week that was. The first game we played last week was December 14th, which is a great day. Great day, December 14th. However, it wasn't so great for the Knicks because we took a L when those Golden State Warriors came into the building. And Curry was had breaking the record on his mind. The all-time three-point record. Congratulations to Stephen Curry. He's one of my favorite players to watch. I'm not gonna lie. He's been one of my favorite players. I seen this coming, so salute to you. We'll give you a little love over here, but that's it. We're not Spike Lee taking pictures. Did you see his guy?
That looked crazy.
Go ahead, Roy. How'd you feel about that game?
Yeah. Shoot. Pretty good start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was a pretty competitive game. Mm-hmm. It's just, once again, I think once the ball movement stopped, I would just say probably second half, it looked like.
Absolutely.
Ball movement stopped, a lot of isolation, a lot of the same things we've been seeing.
We've been talking about too, right?
Yeah.
We've been talking about too. Curry, he broke that record early. I believe it was 12-10 when he broke the record, so he broke it early. Rose started off nice, like you said, with 10 points in the first, but he ended up with 15 points. We thought he was going to go crazy, Rose. He didn't. Deuce got a time to come in. That was the first time we've seen him come in as a rotational player and not garbage minutes. So it was good to see Deuce. He came in that day. Knox was in that game as well, right? It seemed like I don't know about that.
I believe Kevin Knox got some run in that.
Yeah, he did. And then right after he was in the protocol.
Yeah.
Because he looked good. Yeah, Knox looked good. He looked good. I think that was one of his best games, actually. Okay, yes, that's true. McBride had the great game. Then he goes to protocol. Then Knox has a great game. Then he goes to protocol. Yeah, Knox had a nice. Let me just take a look at the box score before I'm saying wrong stuff.
I believe McBride played in Houston. We had McBride for Houston,
and we had him for the Bucks.
McBride he peaked in for Golden State, and did pretty well. Did pretty nice with his minutes, and then he that was when he.
Okay, it wasn't a big. Yeah, Knox played that game. He played 20 minutes, 9-7. He went 9-7. Okay, I thought I was bugging because we haven't seen him in a bit, so it's kind of hard for us to keep track of all these games with protocol. So we had no OB, no RJ, no Grimes that day. The Knicks looked horrible in the third. Julius was the only one that had offense in the third. Julius had a nice game that day.
Yeah, he did, but I mean, even he was trash until he wasn't trash. So we got to do something. We got to do something about just the way he can flow into the game to make sure that at least with these starts, it's not taking these fadeaways and stuff because it's not really working. There's got to be a better way to at least offense. To get guys going and. Maybe not play through Randall, but just sort of use him as a tool to kind of get guys going. And then through the rest of the game, that's when things will come easier too. Mm-hmm. I believe when he was at his best, that's the way things were going, until he got hot late last season and then, he became, it was, the isolations were working, but he needs to get in more. We need to do a better job in getting him in rhythm right now.
Absolutely.
He's not that guy right now.
No, he isn't. Even though he had a good. He was the leading scorer. He had 31, 7, 3 assists, other stuff. But like you said, the shooting efficiency isn't there.
Gotta give him credit for that game because he managed to put something together.
Yeah, but he was matching. He was trying to match Curry for like he was hitting them threes. He was hitting them threes. I forget how much he had. We'll put it up there. I forget how much threes he had in that game. But Julius looked good. But like you said, it wasn't, the Julius that we need that's going to help us go over the hump. You know what I'm saying? And get a W. Yeah. Deuce and Knox actually closed the game out, which was very very good to see. I was happy to see that Tibbs trusted those guys in the end and they closed the game out. And right after Knox goes. Knox goes into protocol. Let's get right into the next game. As soon as you get
something good, they got to just take it away.
Exactly. Let's get right into the next game. Don't even waste any time. It was against the Rockets. We had to go to, was it at the Garden? No, we had to go to
Houston.
We were in Houston, right? Yeah. We was in Houston. Thank you for that. Knicks start up, first of all, we had no RJ, now no Knox, no OB, no Grimes.
Both teams were a bit depleted.
Both teams were a bit depleted, absolutely. And, Houston, they play hard, man. They play hard. They played us hard the first game. They did the same thing here. The Knicks start off hot with 7 threes in the first and 9 for the half. Yeah. Yeah, they look good coming out. They came out. Julius plays well. Fournier plays well that game. The game before against Golden State, not too much. But he plays well. Quickly and Deuce come in, and the bench help extend the lead behind your guy Deuce. This was the Deuce game. This was the Deuce and Quickly game, man. Those guys come in, and they just look incredible. I know that they're playing a couple of young guys, and their guys are depleted as well. But, Eric Gordon was still playing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Struggled a bit this game, though.
Yeah, he definitely did. With his shooting, he was trying to get calls at the end on pointing fingers. Come on, man, stop snitching. You know what I mean? We also see the Mitch and Gibson duo.
Yeah,
which I like that.
Mitch was a boss in that fourth quarter, man.
That fourth quarter.
He had that look in his eye.
He had that. Yeah, absolutely. He looked great. That fourth quarter, I believe he had a season high that game with 15 points. Mitch was incredible that game. Like, listen, man, he was incredible. I gotta get some stuff. The stuff that I seen from Taj, I believe he hit his first 3 of the season. Yep. I like that little duo that they had. It looked good for that game because they tried to do it again and it didn't look too good. But that duo that they had for with Taj and Mitch, especially Mitch dominating in the fourth was awesome. We got to give Quickly some love.
Absolutely.
We got to give Quickly some love. Quickly looked incredible. He hit, I believe, 7 threes that game.
Yeah.
7 threes that game. I'm looking for the box score to the Houston game. Yeah. Okay, I have it right here. Like I said, Fournier had a nice one too. Let's talk about Quickly. Quickly, 24 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 7 for 10 from downtown, 7 for 13. Efficiency was his name. And we already mentioned a little bit about Deuce, but let's talk about his numbers that game. Let's talk about his numbers that game. 15 points, 9 assists. I mean, what else he had here?
He had some steals. I believe he had about
4 steals.
4 steals.
4 steals. Thank you very much for that. He was 2 for 5 from downtown, 6 for 11. He played 36 minutes. He looked incredible. This was the Deuce and Quickly game.
Yeah.
They look incredible as a backcourt, as defenders. Quickly, I think he's underrated by the way that he defends. That's the only reason, because before that game he wasn't shooting well. He wasn't shooting well, but still Tom Thibodeau plays him. You know what I mean? Because of his defense.
Yeah, I think because of his size, you don't really notice it. He's not gonna be stopping guys, but as far as his effort and his ability to harass and stay in front of guys, he definitely excels well at that. Even coming into the league, that was one of his things. He plays good defense and he shoots the ball. He can potentially be a 3-and-D 3-and-D player, but I believe just as a playmaker, as a distributor, I still feel like you might want him as that off guard kind of thing, But even just he's really been improving. I think the only thing that's really been missing is the shots falling.
Yeah, they haven't been falling for some shit.
He's been running the court. He's been running the court well, running the show. And yeah, this is what it looks like when it comes together for him.
Yeah.
And as far as Deuce, he had 4 steals, but it shows that on paper he was responsible for definitely a lot more steals than 4, because just the way he harasses these guys. So
and no turnovers.
Was very good to see. No turnovers.
No turnovers. We got to talk about these 2 guys, man. These 2 guys were awesome that game. Fournier had a great game. I'm not gonna leave him out. I kill him when he needs to be killed, but he had a great game. He had 23, 8 for 12. 3 for 6 from downtown. The guys look good, and they hit 17 threes that game. Yeah. That game made me very happy. I enjoyed that game thoroughly. That game was very nice. Now we have to get to the next game, right? The next game, which was on Saturday. So now everybody goes down. Now, of course, Deuce had a nice game. Deuce is in health and safety protocols. Quickly had a nice game. Quickly is in health and safety protocols. So now Tibbs' hand is forced. He has to play Kemba, which is tough because him and Kemba have not talked since the benching, which I did not know until I was doing a little research for this particular game. I did not know that they did not talk to each other. Roy, real quick before I start getting into the box, how long can you see this going on, man? Like, Tibbs not talking to Kemba, Kemba not talking to Tibbs. Kemba's talking about, I believe I could play. We're going to get into his numbers in a little bit. How long can you see this sustaining, man?
Well, I believe this basically tells it that it's their franchise is really ready to move on from him. I don't think Tibbs feels that there's a place for him in the lineup because he already has 2 undersized guards in the lineup, and his play has been weaker than both. He's had his shine moments here and there, but he hasn't been looking better than the other 2. He's playing, if you look at it on paper, and even as well as the eye test, his defense, it's been probably at the bottom of the league, the worst defense player in the league. Yep. And the thing about Kemba, you know that's probably what you're getting. You have an idea of it, but the thing is, on offense, he's going to get it back for you. He hasn't been doing that for receivers. Nah,
exactly. So he wasn't aggressive.
Yeah, so
that game he was aggressive.
He definitely was. Yeah. Listen, Kemba's going. Listen, you're going to have moments where you're going to be reminded of Kemba. But the thing is, this is a "what have you done for me lately?" type of deal.
That's right.
You need we're Kemba Walker. You need to show up. We need that. We need at least some of that Kemba from a game-to-game thing. If you're going to be a starting point guard, or if you're going to get legitimate minutes on this team.
I couldn't say it better myself. Guys, I was getting into Twitter a little back and forths. You guys act like Tibbs said he was the sole reason. Roy just broke it down.
No,
He's an undersized guy. He just broke it down. I don't even have to spend too much time on that.
Listen, people say, I think all of that, it rolls out nicely for people that don't watch the games to say that the Knicks threw Kemba under the bus. They tried to make him the scapegoat. Once again, the Knicks were wrong about something just because when they check the box score and they see that Kemba had a good game. It rolls out nicely for people that don't watch the game to say that that's not the case. Point blank, that dude hasn't really been good for the most part.
Right, he wasn't.
He's not. The defense isn't there, and he has not been giving. And he's not been giving it back on offense on a consistent enough basis.
Absolutely.
He's been outplayed by Rose.
Absolutely. Didn't we do a last 10 games right before he got benched? Didn't we do a last 10 games? We showed you the numbers. We showed you.
He was benched after what? 20 games? Was it?
After 20 games.
He had 20 games to show us something.
11 points on 41% field goal. That's not going to do it. Or 43% field goal. It can't take you 43% to get 11 points. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And if you're going to hit the threes, it can't. I mean, he was hitting 41% for threes. So that's not bad. And I attribute a lot of that to the beginning.
It's like, listen.
The beginning when he was super hot.
Listen, I'm going to quote another great New York native. When you heard Jadakiss in that verses against Fab, it's good, but it ain't enough.
It ain't enough.
It ain't enough.
I like that. It ain't. So Kemba and 48, they look inspired from start to finish. 48 had a great game. Kemba had a great game. They both look good, but our defense did it. Yes, they look good, but our defense did it. It wasn't anything that they did defensively that helped us. Third quarter, the Knicks blow up, 41 points. A fake what? A fake
comeback
ensues. You know what I'm saying? We go up, but not for long. The Celtics close us out in the fourth behind excellent shot making behind their stars. What's his name was shooting that thing? Jaylen Brown. What's his name? The star Jason Tatum and Josh Richardson. Richardson. He closes out. So, closing thoughts. Let's get to some closing. We already talked about Kemba. We're not gonna stay too long.
And can I say it's driving me crazy on how every single time I'll pay attention to this. Every single time the team I talked about how badly we play after coming out of timeouts before I believe on a previous show. What's really driving me crazy is how come every single time the other team is inbounding the ball from behind the backboard, everybody does the same play. Whoever Fournier's guarding will cut to the basket and get the bucket. They are abusing Fournier on these behind the backboard plays. We have to do something about that. I don't know what it is, but teams always score on us coming from
I know what you're talking about.
From behind the backboard, those inbound plays right there. It's always in the same fashion. A cut to the back, a smooth cut to the basket, not even really concealed and hidden like that, and it's an easy bucket. We also need to do something about these Mitchell Robinson screens because I feel that when you're on the professional level, I don't know how you can. I don't know if the coaches are saying anything about that. The way this guy is setting screens and he's just kind of tapping guys with his forearm and running.
You got to stay stationary. After all this time,
all
this time he's still.
It can open so much for him on offense if he can really, tag these guys with these screens like that,
Right. We talked about Fournier ad nauseum. Fournier, his defense is horrible, man. Can't talk about him anymore. His offense is picking up, so hopefully he looks like good trade bait. So I'm not spending time on him. Deuce, Quick, Obi, Grimes, they all have to get consistent minutes when they come back. Come on, they all got to get consistent minutes. Something. What else do we need?
You got to play them. I think they have to do something with the lineup, and I think pretty much, I believe the game plan as well, man, because it's these going to Julius. I believe relying so heavily on him with the isolation plays,
especially at the end of the game.
Yeah,
especially at the end of the game, that messes us up. He's not a closer. I love Julius. Listen, we talked about him.
We got to figure out a way to run more. we this team we got to get we want to be faster during the game for more for a longer period of time because when you have Julius and you have Fournier on the court, they're not very quick players. Of course, then you have whoever's at the 5, if it's Noel or Taj or something. It slows things down, sort of when you have like 2 to 3 players on the team that can't really run. We do the best when we're moving the ball and running, point blank.
Yeah, simple and plain. That's why I feel like there has to be, even if we trade Kemba and Fournier and we just get back like rotational pieces or defensive pieces, bring them because like we don't need, like, honestly, these young guys we need to see what the young guys could do. Because when they come in, they play way better defense than the guys that you picked up in free agents.
Yeah, see what you have, man. See what you have.
See what you got. Run, like Roy just said, running is the way that we're a better team. You know what I mean? Like, all this stuff with Julius at the end, he's no closer, man. He's no closer. Julius his numbers are good. 20, pretty much 20, 10, and 5. There's not a lot of guys who could do that. You know what I mean? But the efficiency is just so bad, and he's just not a closer. He's just not a closer. That's it.
I mean, he's a plan. I believe he's a plan B type of player at best. That's why I'm not really on the trade Julius train because I don't feel like where he is now, like as the number 1 guy, that's not what he is. That's not how he should be used. I believe the point it should be to continue building and see if you can bring somebody that Julius can, be the Robin to.
I don't know if it's going to be Ben Simmons because it seems like Ben Simmons is the trade rumor. That's what I'm leaving with.
Yeah, and to me, that's just another plan B player.
You know what I mean? Best, I don't know. And you guys seem to be very happy over this Ben Simmons stuff. I am not. I hope they don't do it. That's where I leave that. We did the closing thoughts. Next game is Tuesday, 12/21 versus the Pistons at 7:30 p.m. at the Garden. Roy, will you be watching?
Oh, absolutely. And I believe we can. There's still a chance we can get things together.
Yeah, we'll go right to shit. Like you said, it's still a bit early. Yeah. But I just want to see some evident change. You know what I'm saying? Something that could prove to me that you guys are gonna change.
And I'm just hoping that when all of these young guys come out, I'm just hoping all these young guys they come out of health and safety protocols like Endgame, man. It's gonna be like all your heroes returning.
Yeah, exactly. We're still waiting for our guys. Guys, we don't got too much for you. That's it. Don't forget to follow us on IG. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. The trivia. Thank you, Mike Ortiz. That's the second time I was going to forget the trivia. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to follow us on all those platforms. Subscribe. And let's get the trivia question. The last time the Knicks and the the Knicks and the Pistons played each other was 1992. 1990.
Wow, 92. I had 95 in my head, and that was just such a guess.
Nope. Knicks went 5 games with them, beat them in 5 games, watched them, because that was the Bad Boy Pistons. Remember, a year earlier, they didn't talk to Michael, they didn't shake Michael Jordan and them hands, so this is the next year. And then the Knicks took the Bulls to 7 games. They took them to 7 games. They gave them everything they had, and they traded Mark Jackson. I had to give you a little story before I dip out. Check out all my stories on Mark Jackson Inside of Mathematics. We did some stuff on that, Pat Riley days and all that. Check it out. I'll put it in the description. But that's all I got for you. It's your boy Mizzle. I told y'all to follow us, right? Yeah. I told y'all to follow us. It's your boy Mizzle.
And I'm Royale.
And we out of here. Peace.